Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope you're all doing fine, and we're gonna continue and finish Two Renegades with its final part. So, let's do this. It's too soon yet for help to come, says Dog. The sooner the better, says I. I don't care if it gets in fully 15 minutes before I'm shot. And if you happen to lay eyes on Beauregard or Albert Sidney Johnson or any of the relief corps, wigwag them to hike along. There's been no answer received yet, says Doc. Don't forget, says I, that there is only 4 days more. I don't know how you propose to work this thing, Doc, I says to him, but it seems to me I'd sleep better if you had got a government that was alive and on the map, like Afghanistan or Great Britain, or old man Kruger's kingdom, to take this matter up. I don't mean any disrespect to you, to your Confederate States, but I can't help feeling that my chances of being pulled out of this scrape was decidedly weakened with General Lee surrendered. It's your only chance, said Doc. Don't quarrel with it. What did you own? What did your own country do for you? It was only 2 days before the morning I was able to shot when Doc Milliken came around again. All right, Young, he says. Help's come. The Confederate States of America is going to apply for your release. The representatives of the government arrived on a fruit steamer last night. Bully, says I. Bully for you, Doc. Suppose it's Marines with a Gatling. I'm going to love your country all I can for this. Negotiations, says old Doc, will be open between the two governments at once. You will know later on today if they are successful. About 4 in the afternoon, a soldier in red trousers brings a paper round to the jail, and they unlocks the door, and I walks out. The guard at the door bows, and I bows, and I steps into the grass and waits and around to Doc Milliken's shack. Doc was sitting in his hammock playing Dixie, soft and low and out of tune of his flute. I interrupted him at look away, and shook his hand for 5 minutes. I never thought, says Doc, talking at you fretfully, that I'd ever try to save any blame Young's life, but Mr. O'Keefe, I don't see. But won't you are entitled to be considered part human anyhow. I never thought Young's had any of the rudiments of decorum and laudability about them. I reckon I might have been too aggravative in my tabulation. Aggravative in my tabulation. But it ain't me you want to thank. It's the Confederate States of America. And I'm much obliged to them, says I. It's a poor man that wouldn't be patriotic with the country that's saved his life. I'll drink to the stars and bars whenever there is a flag, staff, and a glass convenient. Convenient. But where, says I, are the rescuing troops? If there was a gunfire or a shell burst, I didn't hear it. Doc Milliken raises up and points out the window with his flute at a banana steamer loading with fruit. Young, says he, there is a steamer that's going to sail in the morning. If I was you, I'd sail on it. The Confederate government's done all it can for you. There wasn't a gun fired. The negotiations was carried on secretly between the two nations by the purser of the steamer. I got him to do it because I didn't want to appear in it. $12,000 was paid to the officials in bribes to let you go. Man, says I, sitting down hard. 12,000. 12,000. How will I ever? Who could have? Where did the money come from? Yaza City, says Doc Milliken. I've got a little saved up there. 2 barrels full. It looks good to these Colombians. 'Twas Confederate money, every dollar of it. Now, do you see why I'd better leave before they try to pass some of it on an expert? I do, says I. Now, let's hear you give the password, says Doc Milliken. Hurrah for Jeb Davis, says I. Correct, says Doc. And let me tell you something. The next tune I learn on my flute is going to be Yankee Doodle. I reckon there are some Yanks that are not so peasant. Or, if you was me, would you try the red, white, and blue? Alright, guys. I just barely understood the meaning of everything happened here, but anyway, we're gonna move forward with the next story, but tomorrow, and thank you for joining me today. See you there. Thank you. Bye.